And as the men walked past, one of them turned around and actually pushed me into the wall. And the two other males accompanying him were like, "Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And I was so gobsmacked, like I literally didn't know what to say at all. I just stood there until I could move past them. And as I walked away, they were making comments about the clothing I was wearing. I had a skirt on at the time, and they were like talking about how short it was. I was so scared. My flatmates had gone away for the weekend, so I was terrified.
Incidents of stalking and harassment are up more than 15% in Nottingham. While it's now easier to report and classify incidents as crimes, Amy thinks it isn't taken seriously by society. She experienced 3 frightening incidents in the streets of Lenton, all involving the same group of 3 men.
Probably kind of a month had gone by, and I saw them again, and they were on bikes, and I was going to my house, and they then said, "We know where you live." Stalking as like a phrase itself is used quite like commonly, so I think that people are like when they're talking about a boy that they maybe, or a girl that they're not really that interested in, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, they're stalking me, like they're obsessed with me," when in reality stalking and stuff like that is so much more of like an issue, and the emotional impact that it has on people is awful.
Amy reported her experiences to the police, and there have been no further incidents. Nottinghamshire's Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner, Emma Foodie, has been pioneering a support system for those affected by stalking in the county, and says there's more planned to support victims.
I think stalking has become a bit of I think we've become desensitised to the word. I think it gets thrown around now in instances when it isn't actually stalking. The PCC had identified that there was a bit of a gap in terms of support, which was specifically for victims of stalking. And so on White Ribbon Day last year, we introduced a pilot, which was the Stalking Advocacy Service. That's a particular helpline that's for victims of stalking so that they can access specialised support to help them. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to extend the pilot into the summer of next year to make sure that support's still available, and then at that point we can do a really thorough assessment of what's there and how we can improve it going forward.
Both Emma and Amy feel the meaning of the phrase stalking has changed in society, but the crime remains just as terrifying.
I almost find it's the people around me, friends, that can't seem to grasp how serious something is, or the fact that that kind of behaviour is so normalised in our society that a lot of people are like, "Oh, it is what it is."
Anna Wilkinson for Notts TV.